Warriors played their second to last regular season game against the New Orleans Pelicans in a game that wasn't really super important considering the fact that the Pelicans are eliminated and the Warriors have clinched the play-in tournament. So with that in mind, the Warriors did not play their starters tonight. Heck, they didn't even play most of their best players. Wiggins, Draymond, Curry, they all sat out, which I think was really smart because we don't want to get them injured right before we're heading into an important play-in matchup. And also, there's no point. We might as well put in our depth and see how the bench does. And I think the bench was great. The Pelicans also didn't really put in many of their good players either because they're eliminated. So they took advantage of that as well. Zion Williamson, Lonzo Ball, Renan Ingram, and Steven Adams didn't really play and to allow their younger players to develop. The Warriors did the exact same thing. But the Warriors did win. It was a little bit close, 125-102 final score. And the Warriors with this win had won 5 games in a row, which is great. Even though, like I said, it doesn't really matter, but it's still really good. You want to have that momentum, especially from the young players. Jordan Poole and Mychal Mulder were the, leading factors in this game. They were really the driving us to get this win. They had career highs in scoring. And Mulder had 28 points, and Poole, who's been emerging as, I think, he's going to be a future superstar. He had 38 points, which is, Stephen Curry-like numbers. But this was the third Warriors-Pelicans matchup in the last 2 weeks. They kind of crammed that into one part of the schedule. So pretty interesting. Warriors do win the season series 2-1. Toscano Anderson had a great game too. He kind of reminds me of Draymond Green because he doesn't necessarily score too many points, but he does really benefit from getting rebounds and assists. So that was definitely good. Pascal was back in the lineup. Not the starting lineup, but he came out the bench and got 12 points, and that was great to see. I think Eric Pascal is a great player. I think the Warriors have a great bench. And Jordan Bell made his return to the Warriors. Like I said, I made a video about him coming back to the Warriors. He only had 1 point, but it's his first game back. So that was good to see. Mannion was out there. Bazemore had 14 points, which is pretty notable. And the Warriors had pretty good shooting as well. The backcourt, obviously having the backcourt of Poole and Mulder was really good. They got a really good start. The team actually shot 68% during a 41-point first quarter. So that was a season high for the Warriors in the opening period. And that's without all their best players, which is just awesome to think about. The Warriors actually shot 8 of 12 on three-pointers in that quarter, and 4 of those came from Mulder. So, he's a great three-point shooter, I think. Poole had 2 more threes to finish with 14 of his career high 38 points in that first period. And Poole, he's great. He's been really helping us out, and our depth is amazing. The Pelicans did, kind of come back a little bit. The Warriors lost a 19-point advantage. However, Poole stepped up, got a clutch layup with, just a little bit over 20 seconds left in the game. Warriors played good defense. They're a great defensive team, even without their starting lineup. And Poole got his first 30-point game of his career. So with that in mind, he is my player of the game. I think Jordan Poole deserves this 100%. He's a great shooter. He's a really good ball handler. I think he can really be a good role player as well. So I liked that from him. Bazemore is always, pretty consistent, so that was good as well to see. And like I said, Pascal returned. He missed 20 games. He had a hip injury, and he had a really big play for the Warriors. There was a 12-0 Pelicans run in the fourth quarter, and they got their lead from that. And Pascal got a 5-minute plus scoring drought, and then he ended a 5-minute plus scoring drought when he tipped in a missed shot with about 33 seconds. So clutch scoring from Poole and Pascal pretty much won the game for the Warriors, and they ultimately won by 3 points. And now, with that in mind, we're 38-33, 5 games above 500. And you think about this 5-game win streak, put us 5 games over 500, which is really nice. And we're going to play one more game to finish out the regular season. That'll be against the Memphis Grizzlies, which should be a good matchup Sunday. So that'll be good to see. Hopefully we can get that win and ride this wave into the playoffs, or the play-in rather. So good win. Final score 125-122. The Warriors just keep rolling. So let me know your thoughts, and let's go Warriors.